Okay, so I went out shopping at the Rich Value Village in Ottawa.
What was that thing you bought?
He's going to tell the story, Sam.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is the Rich Value Village. My daughter was saying, "Oh, the rich people live, so this is the best value village to go to in Ottawa."
So the next
What
time
is the rich section of Ottawa? Oh. Your phone interrupted my interruption.
Schneider's Wiener commercial.
Okay. We're not going to give any context on that.
Yes.
We are mere casuals.
Okay.
So why does the rich part of Ottawa have a value village?
I don't know. I
kinda wanna
I
Google
didn't
it.
research the history of it all.
I had to replicate the interruption.
I know, but I didn't want. Yeah. So I went in.
It adds to the story. What can I say?
I wanted to buy an interesting toy, so I'm looking around. I found a
You
Lego.
can't buy those at Value Village.
I found one. So I got the Lego Optimus Prime I was going to put together. It was $5, and then I saw the game. I had to buy the game.
Like the marble maze thing?
Yes, I had it since I
Did
was
we
a
used
kid.
to have one of those?
We did, but it wasn't as fancy as Al's.
Okay.
So I remember like doing the jump skips and things like that, and having when a marble stops, you got to kind of like flip them both at the same time, so it goes shooting past the hole, which was an issue with me growing up, shooting past the hole.
Oh, man. See, I don't even believe you.
So anyway, as I was walking the store, this old guy, he's like hunched over his buggy. He's coming around and goes, "Hey, what kind of box you got there?" And I said, "It's not a box." And I flipped it around. He said, "It is." I go, "Oh, is that like amazing? Is that where you put the ball bearing?" He said, "Ball bearing, marble, whatever." And he goes, "Oh, you can use a ball bearing. You just need something that's small." I said, "I know." He goes, "You can buy marbles." I said, "I had marbles before, but I've gone and lost my marbles."
Yeah.
He didn't pause at all. He goes, "You can even get like a gumball and do it. They got those hard shells out there." I said, "No, I can't do that. I'd end up chewing them." Anyway, the guy was a sport. I don't know if he got any of it, but it was a fun little conversation. My daughters were on the other end of the store. They were just looking over. They didn't approach until the old guy was gone. So,
The old guy's never gone.
And you're not the old guy in this story.
I am not the old guy in this story.
Okay.
What are you getting at, Sonny?
Oh, so you just had an old guy approach you
I just
in the store
assumed it
commenting
was
on
a-
your box.
It was awesome. I love it when people will just converse with people. My daughters hate it. They say,
Talking to people?
yeah.
It's because they're part of the younger generation. Back in your day,
Remind me about back in your day.
when people didn't have technology, they had to talk to each other in person. They didn't have all this newfangled internet and podcasting and cell phones.
Yeah. I think this happened at work. I can't remember the exact situation, but I was talking to somebody and somebody else walked over and says, "You know them, right?" I said, "I have absolutely no idea who they are." They said, "Yeah, no, you don't. You know them." I didn't.
You just talk to everybody.
You talk to everybody. When I first started working at Costco, I was working in the lot pushing buggies. I'm pushing buggies, and the guy I'm working with, and you can edit this out if you want, his name's Tyr, like the Egyptian God of War, or God of War anyway, Tyr, Tyr. It was really cool. Anyway, I kept saying hi to people. He goes, "You know everybody." And I said, "Yeah, I'll bet you $5." We didn't actually exchange money, but we're going over here to the danger zone. It was like a little area we have to cross through a whole bunch of cars to get buggies. And I said, "I bet you that I will see somebody on the way out." And as we're walking out, somebody's walking over and say, "Hey, how you doing? Long time." And he goes, "Yeah, it was a long time." And like we did our little formalities. And then he walked away into the store and he was like, "Wow, really?" I said, "No, I have absolutely no idea who that guy was."
The other guy played along.
He's probably trying to figure out who I was.
See, I'm picturing you and Tyr pushing buggies and it raining, and I was trying to come up with a Tears and Rain joke, like a Blade Runner reference. I just couldn't come up with one. I tried my best.
Yeah, if that's your best, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, we are. It's because I know I have to go back to work today. My vacation's done,
Yeah.
so I'm all depressed.
I already had to go back.
We're all going to die.
Well, not today. I don't think, unless you have something planned.
No, well, it's funny. No, we won't talk about that. No, just
We won't?
I was-
What is this? I need to
was-
know now.
quoting Star Trek. Have you watched the most recent episode?
Yes, I watched it the other day.
Oh, okay. I'll have you know.
Without me?
You were beside me. I was watching it in bed while you were watching some like obnoxiously loud police siren show on the TV.
What is
Like
it? Fire Country.
You're watching a show called Fire Country now?
Yeah.
Like that's
It
literally
has
the name
Max
of a show.
Thrall?
That sounds like a fake name.
Thrall.
Oh,
I don't know his name. It's the
Like
dude,
the war chief?
The dude from Bates Motel. Norman's brother. The guy who plays him.
Oh.
Norman has a mother, not a brother. Why do you
Well,
bother?
in the Bates Motel TV show, he has a brother
They did a TV show on
and
it?
a girlfriend, which I mean, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
That didn't last long.
I don't remember the show.
She ended up marrying the brother.
Max Thrall.
Is that his last name? Is that
I
how
don't
you
know
say
his
it?
name. That
So-
sounds like a fake name.
So he
to
had
me.
a girlfriend. I bet you he cut
Had.
that relationship off real fast. Boop-doop-boop.
Oh, Sam's
I
actually
was-
looking it up.
So
So,
what was that show again? Fire Country?
Yeah.
what?
I watched a show called Fire Country. It involved a fire, a tree, and... Okay.
I knew that was
Thrall.
Terrio.
No.
It's
Look at show it
Terrio.
to Al. I would pronounce that Terrio.
Thoreau.
That's it.
That's not Thoreau.
Nope, that's it.
I don't believe that. It's not Thrall though.
Nope.
Thrall's a World of Warcraft name. But Fire Country and Max Thrall sound like the name of a fake TV show that you'd see on another TV show and a fake actor that you'd see on another TV
I
show
watched
about a
like
TV
all of
show.
the firefighter shows.
Why?
It sounds like a character made up by Rick Castle.
Who's that?
It's the guy from Castle. He's a fake writer on a fake show. No,
However-
he's a fake writer on a real show.
You can go to Chapters or maybe any bookstore, depending on where you are and what they sell. But you can buy a book about
Yeah,
the
you can buy-
characters written by Rick Castle.
Aren't all books about the characters in the book?
No, the characters that Rick Castle wrote about.
Oh, so he's a fake. He's not. He hasn't. There's no actual Rick Castle books,
No, it's the author is Rick Castle.
but he's the fake guy in the show, or is there a real author named Rick Castle?
No, he's the fake guy in the show.
Okay, so you can buy a real book about the fake author and his fake characters.
No, it's not about the author. You can buy a real
Just
book.
about the fake character. Like, is it a biography on the characters?
You can buy a real book about fake characters created by a fake author, penned by a fake author.
but
Okay,
it's not
they
like
probably typed it, not penned it, but you get the
it's
idea.
not like a story starring those characters. It's like about the characters.
No, he writes like Nicky Heat novels, so it's a Nicky Heat novel. It's like an action novel.
Okay, so it's just a book then
Yes,
with those characters in it.
yes, and the author is Rick Castle.
Do you own this book?
No, I was thinking about buying it. Maybe I will.
Okay, so it's basically just it's a book by Rick Castle, but it was written by somebody else.
No.
Basically, an author wrote a story about Rick Castle's characters, and then he put Rick Castle's name down instead of his own.
So like a pen name.
Yes,
I'm trying to wrap my head around what you're saying, but
I know.
I think I was
surprised you're
picturing
having
something.
I'm surprised you're having this difficult
Well, it's
a time
because
with it.
you've taken this roundabout way to describe just a book.
I absolutely hate taking roundabouts.
I don't mind them. I've gotten used to them. All right. So should we talk about anything that has anything to do with our podcast? Who are we? Who are we,
I was
Sam?
gonna
Do you want to
say we're gonna
introduce us?
Introduce ourselves. I'm Sam.
No. What are we listening to? What is this?
What is this? A podcast.
What is it called?
Mere Casuals.
What is it about?
World of Warcraft.
What expansion?
Wrath of the Lich King.
And who are you?
I'm Sam.
Slash.
Will Aaron.
And I'm Josh / Will Riker.
Are you going to lead me along too?
Well, no, she was just really struggling to figure out who she was. She was having an existential crisis live on the podcast.
Okay.
Except this isn't live; it's pre-recorded.
I am Okona / no. You should have led me along.
We need more hand-holding in this podcast.
Here we go. I am Alan / Okona.
You sounded. Was that your? What are those? Samurai. That sounds like a samurai voice. That sounded samurai to me.
I'm Sam.
I'm
Yes.
Arai.
It sounded samurai. So, I don't know. Do we have news?
Yes, you posted something in Discord, said we need to remember this.
Was it news?
Yes, and we did it last week.
Okay, never mind.
That was last week. I feel like we don't. I feel like there's been no news. I know.
You know what they
Okay,
say,
so
no news is good news.
so you know how there are other WoW podcasts.
I totally just got ignored. Yes.
Did you say?
To
Well,
me,
no,
did
I
you
was.
say something to me? Because
I'm listening.
Yeah. So yes.
See, here's the thing. When
Warcraft
I'm
Reloaded.
talking, no, I'm not even talking about that. When I'm talking, and you guys interrupt me, I just keep talking and ignore it. So you can interrupt me all you want. You're like, oh, you're not paying attention to what I say. Yeah, no, I'm just talking and ignoring everybody else.
Oh no, yeah.
That's why I don't mind getting interrupted because
I just
don't care
when I'm trying to talk to you.
I know. So there's other World of Warcraft podcasts. Not talking about Warcraft Reloaded. I'm talking about another one called Countdown to Classic. And
that one must be over.
You'd think so, but no. So what this guy does is he has a tendency to release episodes that are like 6 hours long.
Oh my!
And I have listened, like I do listen to it sometimes. I have listened to it in the past, and like he like brings people on and they discuss things about World of Warcraft Classic. And I did see at some point, oh man, I did that wrong. I turned away to breathe because I was going to take a deep breath, and I did the breath when I turned back into the microphone. Yeah, I like that. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Countdown to Classic. So I did see this week that they did an episode where they were talking about Season of Mastery 2, but it was like 6 hours and 45 minutes long, and I didn't have time to weed through it and try and figure out what they were talking about, so I still know nothing about Season of Mastery 2. I will probably at some point listen and find out, but I feel like that is not the kind of thing that is designed to be sat down and listened to in one sitting, because it's 6 hours and 45 minutes long. And I don't think it's like bookmarked in chapters, so I can't be like, click on the part where they're talking about Season of Mastery 2, because I really want to know. Like, I want to know about Season of Mastery 2. I want to decide if I want to do this Season of Mastery 2. That kind of rhymed.
Wasn't listening.
You have to talk closer to your mic when you insult me.
I wasn't listening.
Yes, I know.
I don't even know what I was doing.
You're staring at the ceiling. Oh, my goodness.
Sorry.
My sound equipment just jumped off the table. So we don't have any news, do we? Al's Googling news. I bet that's what he's doing.
Season of Mastery 2. And so it looks like they wrapped up their first Season of Mastery on February 14th. Was it really going this long?
No. Didn't they shut down the servers long before that?
So, well, anyway, it just says
maybe they didn't officially shut it down.
Maybe this is old news.
Maybe it was February of last year.
No, January 20th, 2023.
Maybe that's when they officially shut down the servers. I don't know. I feel like most people stopped playing it long before that, though.
Yeah, they probably gave them like a year to play their level 60s.
Well, I think they might have, now that I'm thinking of it, they might have given people time to transfer off and stuff, because I know we had on our server a bunch of Season of Mastery transfers, like that, people bringing their characters to our server.
So,
but they're only level 60, right?
This unofficial Blizzard statement says that, and you're going to backtrack. We're going to have to insert our news promo if we're going to touch upon a little bit of news.
Oh, are we actually talking about news? Okay, well, hold on then. Pause for news intro.
Do you want to do this whole thing over again? It's time for the news.
I already paused for news intro. Continue. I mean, it's fine to start before.
Yeah. So it just says signs point to sometime of summer 2023.
We are not professionals.
Now let's do the news outro.
Okay, so Season of Mastery will be coming sometime between now and a future date.
Yeah, sometime in the summer of 2023, which is a future date.
That is a future date. Okay, so pause for news outro.
And that, as they call it, was the news.
So what is the Season of Mastery? Like, what do you do? What, because you probably touched on it and I wasn't listening.
It's like...
What is Season? What is Season of Mastery?
Yeah. Is it just another expansion, or is it like a...
No, like last time, they released Classic WoW, but they did it in stages, giving us time to catch up.
It's like a fresh Classic server.
Yeah. Okay.
However, this particular article that I'm looking at says, what could possibly be in Season of Mastery 2, and we're wondering if we're going to be venturing through the Dark Portal again, which if we are going to venture through the Dark Portal again, makes me wonder, are we starting at 1, or are we starting at
We might be starting
60?
at TBC.
Yeah, so...
Oh, you think we may actually start at level 60? That would be cool.
I don't know.
Like with a brand new character?
But if they
it's brand new. It's new servers, new characters.
If they start Season of Mastery at level 1, then this one's going to be like 2 years long.
Is there going to be different quests?
No,
but I mean, there might be,
because the quests are getting boring because it's all repetitive.
Because there might be different rule sets. Because I think I could be wrong. I'm gonna basically half make up some information and half go off of assumptions because I don't actually know anything. I know that one of the developers working on the Season of Mastery servers came over from EverQuest, was EverQuest's lead developer.
Oh, so it's going to be
for
EverQuest
the TLP
style?
servers. No, it won't be EverQuest style.
Okay, good.
But they ran TLP servers, time lock progression servers, and each server had like a slightly different rule set. So like tradable gear, faster experience, different expansion unlocks, like stuff like that. Like each year they'd release a new server that had like slightly different. Like it's the same game, but something about it's different. Like the server that I play on, it's free trade. So nothing's untradeable. So like say for example, you know how you went to Alduar and you got that new staff, right? You could take your old Black Ice polearm. Oh yeah, you do need a gem.
I need a gem.
No gem for the staff because it's just there's no gem slot. You need enchant. You need a gem for the other thing you got. Belt.
Oh. Okay. Do you have plus 16 agility?
He does.
Didn't I just make that for you?
Yeah, I need another one, please.
You know, I can make those too.
So you're asking me if I have what I already gave to you? Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
So, like, for example, on the EverQuest server that I play on, I could take that old polearm and I could sell it on the auction house to somebody else
Oh, and
because
now I
none
just
of your
have- because I
gear
can't do
goes no
anything with
tradable.
it now. I can
I'm not
just sell it.
saying WoW will ever do anything like that. I'm saying that's an example of a different rule set. And somebody who worked on that with EverQuest now works for World of Warcraft, so I think they're going to do like regular new server starts with slightly different rule sets.
The one thing I do like about EverQuest
What?
is you don't have to pay for your membership with real money. You can pay with your in-game money.
You could do the same with World of Warcraft. It's
Only
probably
on
just
live
not-
servers. You have to suffer through playing on live
Yeah,
servers.
you have to
That's the
play
problem.
live,
Oh.
but you pay for a live, you get the classic. It's just you're gonna have to split your time.
Because I was going to be like, that would be cool. But how much gold would you need? How much gold do you need? Do
It's
you know?
probably not as easy as it is on EverQuest.
Oh.
Easy. You and your easy.
I'm sorry, you said you can play from now until you die for free, and you think it's not easy?
If I keep playing. Right now, I
Josh's
have
EverQuest friends were so happy he came back.
I have enough currency right now to pay for my 5 accounts for the next 5 or 6 months.
Yeah, that's not easy, I guess. So that's
Hey, I had to work for
Or
that.
one account, 25 months.
Well, yeah, but why would I only play one account? That's lame.
And so, are we going to lose you to EverQuest?
No, I've been playing it for a month. I'm still here.
I know, but you haven't been playing WoW. Like, we
Yes, I have.
don't have much to talk about today.
We have lots to talk about. We have an agenda, and we have questions to answer.
We have an agenda?
I'm also terrible at whistling. Sam can't whistle at all. So,
Oh, yeah?
So speaking of, I can't remember what I just edited out. Did we edit out the part where Sam was saying we have nothing to talk about?
We can.
Well, no, we can leave in because we do have stuff to talk about. Do we
Actually-
want to talk about what we've been doing in World of Warcraft this week? What have you been doing in World of Warcraft this week, Sam?
Well, after we ended our last podcast last week,
Yes.
I finally got the lore master of, what is it?
Eastern Kingdoms?
Kingdoms.
The
So you got
UK.
your achievement.
Because when we recorded last week, I was only like 17 quests away, and as soon as we like stopped, I got on and I got those 17.
Yeah, I remember you
quests.
really, really badly wanted to get that done before we recorded last week, but you couldn't quite make it because like the servers went down a couple
Yeah.
times. I think, Monday.
That was the Monday where it
last
kept
Monday.
going off, and we don't know why it kept going down.
Yeah, you would have had it done probably last Monday before we recorded, but the servers were down.
Yeah.
So this week you did 17 quests.
No.
And she started Kalimdor.
I've done probably about 200 quests towards Kalimdor.
Kalimdor? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kalimdor?
I always say
Kalimdor.
Kalimdor.
That's how it's spelled, Kalimdor. So I say Kalimdor. Why don't we do another poll? How do you say Kalimdor?
We could do that.
Not the way I say it.
We're
I'll
going to
post
need
that.
vocal responses to this. No, I'm just kidding.
See, I wish we could put like sound clips in a poll. Is it Kalimdor or Kalimdor or whatever Sam says?
Ooh.
So you did that. We've also been playing.
Hold on.
Also been playing something else?
Well, I was going to finish the sentence, but
Oh,
Sam said,
continue.
hold on.
Hold on a sec. I want to check something out here.
And
Okay, I'm showing up enough.
am I?
Yeah, we're getting you, I think.
Ooh, okay. And after I got the lore master, I
Oh, are you looking through the
Oh.
achievements?
You got a
Yeah.
bunch. You got a bunch of stuff from 25 man.
That's not what I was talking about.
Udalar.
Udalar.
Udalar. I finished the 2,000 quests completed. And what's the other one? And then I got my mind on my money. Loot 5,000 gold. And I didn't
so
even
how
mean
close
to
are
do
you
that
to the
one.
10,000 now?
Not that close.
You did mean to, because every time we kill something, you're like, put it on free for all. I need my gold.
No, well, that's not what I meant. I meant like I didn't realize I was that close to actually get my thing.
I was just turning
Achievement.
myself down. And we've been playing. What's his name? Jack and Beverly.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know.
what level?
I'm just not 40
We're like
yet.
41
we're
or
41.
42 now.
so
we're
you're
not
like
42 yet.
right up there with Mum Ra.
Pretty much, yeah. We've been playing in Stranglethorn. We're just finishing out Stranglethorn, I think. We'll be done it soon.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to go down to Tenaris, probably.
Tannerus.
Tenaris.
I don't know. I'm just sick of doing the same quests all over again.
Well, that's what happens when you keep leveling alts.
I know.
I mean, we could try and go to a zone we haven't gone to, but you're doing the Lore Master, so you will have done every quest.
Yeah, I know. That's why
So is doing the Lore Master ruining the game for you?
a little
Sam?
bit. A little bit.
I haven't seen Mean Gene come on for a while.
I know. I
wonder,
haven't seen him. Where are you?
And so maybe we could start just. Can we like dungeon level these suckers?
Yeah. You can do
What
whatever
level is
you want, really.
Mumra?
44?
45.
45?
45 or 41.
So what we could do, how about, you know what we could do?
Do all of the dungeons.
Yeah, but let's respec, because remember how we started out, I was prot and you were holy.
Yeah.
We started out, I was prot and you were holy, and then we respec to both be DPS specs because we were doing quest and you don't really need to tank or heal anything during quests. So you just kind of plow through. So let's respec. I'll go prot spec. You go holy spec. We'll pull Al in with his warlock. Doesn't really matter what spec it is. And we can just either 3-man dungeons or pull in a bunch of randos to fill those last 2 spots.
Unless Mean Gene comes back on. Unless he just ditched the guild. It was like, screw this place.
Well, I mean, what you can do is, if he's still in the guild, you can go to the guild tab, turn on show offline, find his name, and click the over button, and it'll say how long it's been since he logged on that character.
Okay.
So
But I guess
that sounds kind of stalkery, though. I don't know why you insist on stalking Mean Gene.
I haven't been on that much, so you've probably been on more than I have.
I have, but I haven't.
Oh, okay.
So there's people that talk to me like yesterday. Yesterday, I did my trip to Ottawa and back, and I logged on last night, and I got greeted, of course, by my stalker.
The one who's obsessed with you.
Oh, is that the other rogue?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were a rogue.
Yeah.
And he says, okay. I said, hey.
No,
and that was
Oka.
the end.
Oko.
Well, sometimes
Oko.
it's okay. Yeah, Oko.
He's always saying Oko.
Okay, maybe it's
He
Oko.
talks about you when you're not online a lot,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you're his favorite Canadian.
Because they just transferred over, and the first thing I did when he got in the guild, so has anybody got a tailor they need to get rid of some small bags or any crappy bags? That I have some bags, and I just went over. I had a bunch of bags. I think I pulled them out of our guild tab on 13 colonies, the 13th colony. Which, by the way, people, is our original guild that we made up when we started. It was based on Battlestar Galactica. We are the humans, the 13th colony of humans. Okay, so anyway,
Still is based on Battlestar Galactica.
yeah. So I grabbed them bags and I gave them to him. How much? I said nothing. You get the guildie discount. I don't charge guildies anything. And then he wanted something done the other day, and I said I can do that, and he's like, oh, or she. Maybe it's a she. Maybe 'cause I don't know.
It's
Maybe
impossible to know for sure.
Hey.
So yeah, Al has a best friend, and it's not us. It's
It
too
was
bad
never
it's
me.
another rogue. Well, I guess you know what? Oh, it's level 6, 70, 80. What's our max level?
Could you imagine 2 rogues having sex? Who's going to get in the back?
Oh, that's terrible. You just take turns backstabbing?
Don't spit your cock.
Oh, that's the longest laugh we've had yet, I think.
I'm stabbing in the back tonight, honey.
Gross.
So yeah, let's do that. Let's do the dungeon leveling thing. We can pull other people in. What else? Okay, so yeah, we did that. You went to a raid.
I did.
You went to Uladar.
Ooh.
Uladar.
Is that the right way of saying it?
Alduar.
Alduar. Again, because you also went last week.
Wait,
Did you?
Did we talk about? Hold on.
Oh, we talked about how we tried to do Yog that one day on the Sunday because we recorded the Monday.
Yeah. Well, last week we went. You came to the raid where we just did Mimiron, Vezix, and then attempted Yog once.
Yeah.
And we're like, nope, and left.
And you ran through all the clouds.
So
Ran all through the what?
you ran
The
through all the
clouds.
clouds.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
ran through all the clouds. So that was last week. This week, Sam was brave enough to sign up for our Friday night raid, and we went in and we did all of the bosses up to Yog in one night. We had to stay, I think, 20 minutes late past our normal raid time. Wasn't much.
Yeah.
Wasn't much. 20 minutes is nothing. But we went through. We did Flame Leviathan. We did what's his name with the pot of lava. We did
Got an
Razor
achievement?
Scale. You got a bunch of achievements.
Yeah, you did get that achievement. I saw that pop up.
We
Hot
did
Pocket?
the Hot Pocket. Oh yeah, because you got pocketed. We did all the bosses.
Have we
And-
discovered if you can actually attack this guy when you're in his hot pocket?
Yeah, you can.
I continued shooting.
I think you just can't melee attack. You can cast and you can
Oh.
use like abilities.
So as a rogue, I'm still pooched.
Maybe. Unless you can like, I don't know, fan of knives or something. I don't know.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I wasn't able to do much.
You have to come to raid to give it a shot.
Ooh, that's
whatever,
a
whatever
burn.
you say, female Josh. So Friday, I wasn't feeling well, and I had to get to work on Saturday.
So you didn't come.
Yeah, I was just tired. I was tired. And then
They
Sunday,
they
you know,
asked me first this time. They were like, Will, is Okona coming tonight? And I was like, nope. And they're like, okay, we won't invite him this time. They decided not to be mean to you this time. I think you actually logged off.
Can I add something to when
Oh,
John,
yeah, and I logged
Al-
off. I wasn't feeling well. I was tired, and I logged off, and I did not come back on.
I didn't even notice.
Instead, I just made a bunch of shorts.
Yes, which are on the YouTube. But we went through and we did all the things. We actually did pretty good. I don't think we wiped on a boss until Cat Lady. And that boss is so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't
and
understand.
I think the only reason you
What
wiped
don't
on
you
Cat
understand?
Lady was because I wasn't there. Because I had to AFK for a minute.
Oh, yeah, that's our... Okay, I got to tell... You say what you don't understand in a minute. I'm going to tell our Cat Lady story because that was crazy. Was that our first attempt?
Crazy.
Yeah, because
cat
I left
lady.
right before.
Yeah, because we did... Yeah, we did it on our second attempt, so we did wipe once. So we were doing Cat Lady. Now, keep in mind this whole time that at this point, Sam is AFK. We don't have a DK with the attack power buff. So Sam is our true shot aura. I'm doing air
Why
quotes.
didn't
I
you
don't know why
tell
I'm
me
doing
that
air
before
quotes.
I left? I could have waited. He
Because
was already up past his bedtime anyways. He could have waited another...
Because it doesn't matter. You had to AFK at some point. It might
Okay.
as well have been then. I was like, well, secretly in my mind, I was thinking maybe if she misses Cat Lady, she can't mess up on Cat Lady. So
I didn't mess up on Cat... Actually, you told me to stand in once. Oh, I have another story. You continue.
okay, so we did Cat Lady. Sam is not there, and so we did not have True Shot Aura. And I think she was just close enough so that one of the cats pounced and like killed you right off the bat, even though you were back in the tunnel.
I was like right up. Like,
Yeah, I
right-
know. You were like up near Kolagarn or something, but
The
like
arm dude. Isn't it?
Kolagarn is the arm dude, yeah.
Okay.
You were like way up there. But you still somehow got killed like right at the beginning, so whatever. And we're
Like, did they
going
even
and it
acknowledge
was
that I left?
Well, here's the thing. You said you were leaving and going AFK. And then I said that you were leaving and going AFK. And then as we're setting up, because we pick our side and we stack on the side, and then if we take too long to get our stuff together, we move to the other side. And someone like gets on voice and is like, I think Rolaren has just kind of gone AFK. What happened to Rolaren? And one of the officers was like, she said she was going AFK to put her kid to bed. Like,
Okay,
what
so
is your
they-
problem?
Okay, so they did acknowledge.
Because someone sounded
Was that
like
the-
super
the
annoyed
guy
that
who
you were
was,
AFK.
like, angry most of the raid? There was one
So
guy
loud.
that kept going off, wasn't he?
Sam's is maxing out.
Is that
Sorry.
Sam's or is that mine?
That's Sam's.
Oh, whatever. I'll turn Sam. You know what? Keep talking loud. I'm just going to turn you down just a smidge.
But wasn't there a guy who made comments a few times that night?
Yeah, probably.
Gildy?
No.
Gildy or Pug?
Actually,
Pug.
okay. This is actually perfect time. I'll tell my cat lady story in a minute.
Okay, but Al has a
So-
question he doesn't get about Cat Lady.
Maybe it's gear. I don't know, but it's how did you approach the cat lady? How did you do that fight? Did you kill the guardian all the time?
No,
Mamma
we
mia.
after a while we stopped. We killed it like 3 times, I think.
Because I watch
The defender, the whatever the cat the defender one.
Because I watch when Bob screams his runs. I'm watching them, and they kind of just tank him off. And
Now,
they,
keeping in mind that Bob is better than us,
right, so we could learn from that.
we could
So I mean, I think they have somebody tanking the cat, and they're cleaving the cat
like the entire time.
well until it dies from cleaves, and then
Yeah,
they basically they don't have to run. Only occasionally do they have to run. Usually they have the cat killed somewhere off to the side. Either
Okay,
it's ready
now,
to die, they pull it over and they
that's
kill it.
okay. So that's a good point. We did do that. What we were doing up until this week is we were killing the cat like on the boss and then shifting the raid over.
Yeah.
What they've started doing is we DPS down the cat on Cat Lady, so we're cleaving.
Yeah.
And then we have a DK yank it over to the side, and then we stun it and kill it there. So
Okay.
we've got the puddle off to the side.
So
We did
that's-
start doing that this week.
Okay, good. So it sounds like we've improved on the cat lady.
Yes.
Excellent.
But that doesn't change the fact that we wiped on the first time, which is a fun story. So, you know what? I'll answer the discards after those. So, anyways, we were doing pretty well, and then stuff started to kind of go a bit downhill. We lost a couple people. I think we lost a shaman.
Oh.
What? During the fight? What?
Like dead or they left?
Dead. Like we didn't misplace them. They died during the fight. Like we lost a shaman and we lost
You
some
meant
other.
they left. I'm like left the like
No,
party. I
no,
was
that
like,
would
no,
be
you didn't.
that would be the next day.
That's it.
That was on
Sam's
Sunday.
AFK. I'm gone.
Yeah, that was basically it. So, anyways, we
down?
started dying. We had her down to like 5%, and then I died. It was all downhill from there.
Oh, because you're the best.
And we no, I'm just joking.
Everybody
Although if I
follow
was
Josh.
still up the whole time, we would have killed it because it was so close. We ended up getting down. She did her last like scream blast, and there wasn't enough people up. So all we had left was the tank. The paladin tank had got his like second life thing, and somehow one of the priests survived. I don't know how. I don't know if they have a thing where they can
That
like.
wasn't on Cat Lady.
I'm telling a cat lady, you weren't even here for this. So, and we got her down, and they're fighting her, and we ended up getting her down to like 50,000 health, like 0.01%.
Oh, it was Cat Lady because it was just as I was coming.
It was
back.
just as you were coming back to the room, yeah. So like we failed this boss that has like 17 million health. We missed killing her by 50,000.
Like, wasn't it like 0.3 or something percent?
It was a whatever 50,000 out of 17 million is in percentage. So if we had True Shot Aura up for that entire fight, that does a lot more than that
Yeah, because
50,000
no one died
health.
the second time around because my True Shot Aura.
But then you came back and we beat it quite handily. Like
So-
it was an easy fight.
What you're saying is Sam was the man that day.
Just
Yeah.
on that fight.
Just on that fight.
But like,
Sam on her own did almost 50,000 damage during the course of the fight.
that's not good.
No, it's not. What were you going to say?
I yelled at Josh again during raid
You yell at me all the time. I'm just used to it by now.
because I'm trying to listen to the instructions from the
Get
raid
closer to
leader.
your- closer to my-
From the raid leader, and they say my name to do something, and Josh is also telling me what to do, but I can't hear what the raid leader's saying. So I'm telling him to like shut up so I can hear what they're saying, but he continues talking. And then I'm like I typed in because I don't have the button to actually type
I just
talk.
want to say, I'm going to interrupt you for a second to say that I'm really impressed. I can see him bursting there, and he's not interrupting you. Okay, sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
But I'm typing, and I'm like, it's really hard to hear the raid leader when Will is sitting here in front of me.
What'd you call me?
Will,
Oh, you typed
'Cause I
that
was
in. Okay, I was
typing
like, you
this.
don't call me that, but okay.
because I was typing it to raid, when Will is telling me something completely different.
I don't think it was different. I
It
think I
w-
was
it
repeating what the
wasn't-
raid leader was saying.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That also annoys me because I'll be listening, and then like a few seconds later, as soon as the raid leader's talking, he will say the exact same thing of what to do. I'm like, I heard them the first time.
I'm just making sure. Just making sure.
So, future scenario. Josh doesn't say anything, and the raid leader's saying stuff, and then when it's all said and done, Sam goes, "What did he say?"
Yeah, that's why I do it, because we've been on so many raids in the past where they explain something and then you don't do what they said, and then you yell at me for not explaining it to you.
You know, it's just it's a
So I'm preemptively At least this way, I get yelled at either way. At least this way, you definitely know what you're doing.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Oh, but I try. It's a no-win. It's a no-win thing.
I'm sorry, Hunter. Can you read those divorce papers again? It says we're divorcing over WoW.
Oh, who gets all the gold? So I'm gonna get. So that brings us. So we put out in the Discord. We asked our Discord people to submit questions that we could answer while we're doing the podcast. So, and I believe here's what I think happened. I think the people on our Discord got together in a little private chat, and they nominated the people with the hardest to pronounce names to ask the questions in Discord.
One of them, okay, I'm going to try this name, Voss.
No, that's not the question I'm talking about right now. I'm going to attempt to pronounce this name. Is this the guy that said he was from Finland?
I don't
let's see
know.
the name.
I don't know what you're looking at, so...
Nektulf? I'm going to go with Nektulf. Spelled with a K, multiple Ks. Nektulf. Are we going Nektulf on that?
Where is it? There it is.
It's the one that says the word I'm trying to say.
Connectuff.
It's probably a silent K.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying Nektulf.
Oh, I wasn't listening to you. I was listening to Al.
Yeah. So anyways, we're going to go with that. You know who you are. He says, kind of wondering about the guild issue with the lack of attendance for raids you had. So what happened with that? I'm assuming what happened with the like did we resolve our attendance issues or not or whatever. So what happened was we are still severely lacking in numbers. Like on the Friday and Sunday raids this past week, I think our guild had maybe somewhere between 14 and 17 people.
So you pugged
like
a lot?
It was no, we didn't pug. We have actually
There was
found
20.
another guild that has an alt run that they don't have enough alts for. So they have a 25 man that they do with their mains, and then 10 or 15 of them have alts that they like to run, but they don't have enough to put their own run together. So they do their alt run joint with our main run. So
Nice.
we have like a team of people who all usually know each other and work together as their own guild that merges with our guilds for these run purposes.
Will I be welcomed back?
We still do not manage to put together a full 25 with the two guilds combined. So yeah.
So there really isn't 15 to 20.
Yeah, but they're not always on at the same time. Like we have between 10 and 20 people ish. They have between 10 and 20 people ish. And when we combine forces, we have between 20 and 25 sometimes. So it's
When we ran on
it's
Friday,
enough.
was it a full 25?
No, we had 22.
I just want to say you brought flashes of Voltron to my head.
I'm not super familiar with Voltron.
Well, the combined
I heard
forces.
Ultron and I thought Avengers.
Oh, like with our forces combined. Is that quote?
Yeah, something
Okay,
like that.
I know that I've heard that, but I don't know. I didn't know it was from Voltron. So yeah, that's what we do. We have had no luck recruiting. Nobody wants to join us.
Defender of the universe.
it was funny because during the raid on Friday, I think it was during the raid on Friday. It might have been Sunday, but one of our guild raid leaders, one of our officer people, was like, someone was asking some question about why we do this or that or whatever. Oh, I think it was to do with why do we have towers going on Flame Leviathan when we're not doing hard mode. And they said something like we don't want our guild to look like a complete joke or something. And it was like too late in raid chat. They basically want us to look like we somewhat know what we're doing, so people might want to join. Because before
Which
people
one's
join,
Flame
it's the
Leviathan?
first one that you hate.
Oh.
Which did you
There's a
did the
trinket.
chopper? Did you like the chopper?
I
Did
was
you like the chopper?
I was already like anxious.
Oh, so you were a taxi.
Yeah.
No, because we don't do hard mode, so we don't shoot people up on top. So she just puts.
Oil slicks?
Oil.
Yeah.
They told her to do a number 2 in front of the boss.
Yes.
Which I'm assuming 2 is the oil slick button.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah. They said do a number 2 in front of the boss and light it on fire. So
I
I was supposed to light it on fire?
I guess.
Oh, I was just hitting number 2 and
Oh,
running
okay.
away.
I totally want to do that boss. There's a trinket on that boss, which I think dropped once, and I think you won it.
I don't think that's that boss. I think it's one of the. I think it's Razor something.
I don't know what boss
The
it
flying
is,
one.
but there's a sword you wanted, and it
'Cause that's-
dropped.
Nice.
Malice dropped.
Cool.
So if you came,
Malice drops a lot.
if you
I did.
went to raid, you could have won it.
That's possible.
Could
yeah.
have potentially.
Well, there was also like a few things that also dropped, and they're just like they're waiting for me to roll on it. I'm like, I'm already wearing it. Or
Oh yeah. Because so what happened? Yeah. Do you
I
want
forget which one was it? Was it the pants?
Well, it started with the staff. So the staff dropped,
yeah.
and what happens is when we're on raid and we kill a boss, the loot pops up, and you turn to me and you say, "Do I want any of that?" And then I have to look at your computer and I have to compare your gear and tell you what to roll on, because the list that I made you just don't reference that for some reason.
You made me a list.
I made you an entire list where I wrote out every piece of gear that can drop in Alduar, ranked from best to worst.
Okay.
And as you get
where
them,
is
you
this
X them
list?
off. It's right here.
Oh, it's physical. It's not even digital.
No, it's physical. Now the thing is, now look at that list. Do you think I could read it?
Yeah, you
With
should
that
have.
chicken scratch
You should
writing?
have typed it.
So that, well, then I would have had to plug my printer in. So this is your list.
Oh no.
So you will notice that I weapons.
Descriptive video. Josh holds up paper.
Is
Oh,
the
okay,
weapons
so-
not even on there?
The weapons are on there. They're right here. But the problem with weapons is I did ranged weapons. I don't think I did a slot for primary weapons. But, oh yes, no, I did. Because ranged is your ranged weapon. As you can see here, we have crossed off Rising Sun. That is your best non-hard mode, non-Algalon item that you can get. So you got that. So now when a ranged weapon drops, you look at the list, you see the cross on the top, you don't have to worry about that.
But I didn't get a ranged. I got the staff.
This
Give me
is
my
this was
paper.
a while ago. No, I'm trying to find this. I wrote this. This is my list.
Apparently, you've had lots of time
Twisted-
to get it yourself, but you just didn't.
Twisted Visage. That's what dropped. So if you had this list in front of you, you would have seen Twisted Visage dropped. It is the number one item on my non-hard mode Alduar loot list.
How
I'm
do
gonna
I
roll
know
on
if it's
that.
non-hard mode?
Because I didn't write any hard mode because I don't have any faith in our guild.
Oh, cool.
So, except for up here, because I
Savage.
didn't at first realize Algalon was hard mode as I was writing it out, because at the time I wasn't paying attention.
Is that
So,
why you have a star beside number 2?
no, that's a number sign.
Oh.
Like that's a
That
hashtag,
looks like a star
number
from
sign.
here.
So, what else did you got? You got a belt, right? So, you got the Relic Hunter's Cord.
I have no idea.
You got the Relic Hunter's Cord because it's the zone-wide drop. So you could then cross that out. I think technically the Conquest token one is better according to this list, but you don't have that yet. So yeah. So then you look at this list, and that's how your loot.
Okay, but
That's
anyways,
why
where
I
the
went to
point
all
of the
trouble.
story was going.
The point of the story was, what was the point of the
I
story?
wasn't there to get the sword. The thing is, I'm
No,
not
no,
going
I
to
remember.
be upset
That-
over what may have
I
been
know.
because I can't.
It
change
literally
But
drops
like
every
a couple
week.
things dropped, and I forget who the loot person or raid leader. All I kept hearing was someone make sure she's not wearing it. I'm like, I'm already wearing it.
Well, that's because our raid leader is a hunter, and he doesn't need the item, but he knows it's good, so he's like, somebody make sure Rolaren doesn't already have this, because she should be rolling it on it if she doesn't.
But like when I forget which one it was I think it was for the belt. I got the belt.
You got the... Well, no, the staff was the first time they said something.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was.
it?
Yeah, because when I looked at the loot, I saw staff and ignored it, because I assumed it was a caster item. So I didn't even look. And they were like, that's like the best in slot hunter staff. Somebody needs to tell Ro to roll on
Oh,
it.
that's what it was.
Yeah. And then after that, every time hunter loot dropped, they were like, does Rolaren have this? Make sure Rolaren has this. And each time, like, there was a shoulder that dropped that you already had.
And
the
pants.
legs that dropped that you already had. And I think maybe a tier item that dropped that you already had or something.
Yeah.
But, like, all of the items, they're like, somebody make Rolaren roll on this. And we were like, yeah, she's already wearing it. So...
Well, at least I have someone watching out for me. That's not you.
Yeah. No, everybody watches out for you. You're like our little pet that comes on raid that we try and encourage along.
So, what's your gear score?
Oh, I don't know. I don't have that.
Because
App.
gear score is important.
I don't know.
That's
What's
one of my
gear-
shorts.
Is it? Okay. It's okay. Her gear score is decent, I suppose. It'll be better once you put your new belt and staff on.
I'm already wearing the belt. You just told me to get a
Oh
belt
yeah,
buckle.
you need to get a belt buckle and a
And then
gem
a
for it.
gem.
Well, I
Can you
got
make belt buckles?
yes.
Can I have one of those too, please?
You can also buy them off the auction house for like
No,
20
I
gold.
already have some made. Even I think I have some on toe rash.
Or you can just get one from Al.
Yeah. You don't spend money. You don't have to.
So I've got one last thing to say about Raid. Sunday, you didn't sign up because you had to work early this morning.
I said tentative.
You did say tentative, but you never had any intention of going.
No, not
So Sunday, we had killed, like I said, we killed all the way up to Vezix on Friday, which was good. We did decent. I was almost proud of us. And then, so they're like, okay, we're setting Sunday aside for Yogg attempts. So we raid from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. We have a 3-hour stretch that we have set aside for raid. So we got on there and we started, 15, 20 minutes late. And we got in there for Yogg, and the raid leader explained the fight and was basically like, I don't care what you do, just don't touch the clouds. That was that was the instruction. If you can do damage on the ads, do damage on the ads, but focus on don't touching the clouds. So our first attempt, I think we had like 19 or 21 ads up by the time we wiped. So people kept touching clouds. And
is it that hard to get away from them?
Yes.
No, it's really not. Like I only hit one cloud the entire evening. And they were like, oh, well, nobody could follow Will Riker anymore. He's hitting clouds now. And I was like, I hit one cloud. Come on. The only time it's difficult is if you get mind controlled and it drops while you're in a cloud. Because it's impossible to avoid it at that point. You can't trigger the cloud while you're mind controlled. But if you get dispelled from mind control while it's running you through a cloud, there's really nothing you can do. Other than that, there's a set number of clouds in the room, and they slowly kind of like blob around the room, and it's pretty easy to avoid them if you're putting any effort into it whatsoever. So we got there. For starters, we started out with, I think, 21 or 22 people. And we were like, oh, we're short. But someone speaks up. They're like, oh, we're doing Yogg with 4 lights or beacons or whatever. You should be able to 11-man this. Like, this is nothing. This is easy. Like any blah, blah, blah. And the raid leader's like, yeah, but we've never done this before, so we're still short. They're like, well, if anything, having a full 25 makes it harder because then you got more people to mess up and hit the clouds. And we're like, yeah, sure, but we're just ignoring you right now. So we explain the fight.
Guildy or
this
Pug?
is one of the people from the other guild. There was no pugs.
Okay,
it was just guild plus other guild. So we started out, like I said, with I think 22 people, but the one guy was like, by the way, I only have like 30 minutes, and then I have something I had planned. So we're like, oh, okay, so we're expecting that person to leave. So first attempt was terrible. Second attempt was less terrible. So, I guess I should explain. You haven't done this fight. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
So basically in phase 1, there's clouds going around. What you have to do is you have to pull the ads and kill them on top of the person standing in the middle, whose name is Sarah, but apparently she's like Yogg Sarin in surprise. Not surprise. Disguise. Yogg Sarin in disguise.
It's the Anixia thing all over again.
More or less, yeah. It happens a lot.
So you have to kill on her?
We have to kill on her because when they die, they explode, and it damages her. Like, we can't actually damage her, so we have to blow up her ads on her.
Does that explosion hurt you?
Yes, it does. So melee have to leave. Like, myself, as a paladin, wearing plate and having a decent amount of health, it does like 70% damage to me.
Ouch.
And apparently it will one-shot like a rogue. So you have to leave the area. So when like an ad's down to 10%, you leave, and you ideally have a ton of range on this fight to get them down.
I'm going to hide in this cloud.
Don't touch the cloud.
Well, yeah. So that's the other thing. We'll get to that. So after like 2 attempts, I think, person number 1's like, okay, yeah, I said I had to leave. I'm leaving. So they left. And then as they leave, another person's like, yeah, my kid's sick. I'm going to go too. So everyone's like, oh, yeah, go take care of your kid. So we're down 2 people now. And it's like, okay, we're down to 20. And the raid leader's like, okay, we're going to keep trying. We still might be able to do this, but it's good practice. So we do 2 or 3 more attempts. And people keep hitting clouds. The excuses start coming out. So at one point, one person who hit a cloud pretty much every fight, the leader called them out. And they're like, hey, you person who I'm not going to name.
Can you tell us later? Because I want to know.
Yeah, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
You got to stop hitting the clouds. And the guy was like, there's nothing I could do. A cloud spawned on me.
Then move.
And the raid leader was like, no, the clouds don't spawn. They move. You have a set number of clouds. A cloud did not spawn on you. And he's like, well, I got like mind controlled into a cloud. And they're like, you didn't get mind controlled that round. And another person was like, yeah, sorry, this happened, and then this happened, and there's these excuses, right? And then a couple more people start leaving, and we're down to like 19 or 18. And one of the other guys from the other guild's like, we don't have the DPS for this. There's no point in trying. And the raid leader's like, well, yeah, like we're probably not going to win, but the idea is we're practicing phase 1. We're getting everybody used to avoiding the clouds. We just gotta, and then the guy leaves. The guy that had said we don't have the DPS, and they're like, oh wow, okay, so
Was he a DPS?
no, I think he was a healer.
Oh.
And we're down to like 17 people at this point or something. And the guy's like, our leader's like, all right, whatever. People are getting cranky. We're just going to call it for the night.
So how long were you even playing for?
I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour.
Oh.
Like, not very long. And we made almost no progress.
Like, is it a possibility if you had 25 people, could you have got it down if people didn't start getting cranky?
If we had 25 people who all avoided the clouds and did the fight properly, then yeah, we absolutely could have gotten it down. That's
the point.
That's
I know
the
that
thing,
was a
though.
stupid
So-
question.
you need 25 people that do the fight properly,
So
or
we-
even 20 people that do the fight properly.
So we don't have a full raid.
No,
So just to address the question, so we have been talking about this question. So we don't have a full raid. We pulled in another guild of alts who all seem to get cranky and dip. Are we going to keep raiding with these people?
The thing is,
I don't know if we have a choice.
so have the people we started raiding with have their main group
Yeah.
got yogged down?
Yeah,
So why don't they take over to explain it to the people who haven't gotten
because
down
the
yet?
people explaining it, like our raid leader knows how to do the fight.
Okay.
Like he's done it before.
It's the people doing the fight.
None of this.
Okay.
This is not fresh content. This is 15
It is to
years
me.
old. I know, but for some people have done this many times. Like it's just not new. So it should be doable. But anyways, that was our Sunday night. It was a considerable failure.
What was the one? Which one is it? What are the last two we did on Friday? Well, what are the last two bosses?
Memron and Vesix are the last two we've killed.
Vexis.
Vesix.
So on that one, they're explaining it again, and I made a joke about how many times am I going to get hit, and the raid leader's like, Relarin, you stay. You have to get out of the way.
Yeah.
They they're like, you need to move this time.
And you moved a time or two.
I moved a few times, and then I
Then you got-
panicked,
then you
and then
got
I
killed.
died.
Okay,
See-
so can you see the shadow crashes coming?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like you know on what's the dungeon? I think it's Old Kingdom. Right near the end boss, you got those guys and they shoot the thing that goes like down like that.
No.
I think it looks like that. I'm not usually looking though.
Yeah.
Well, no, I
Do you
know
know
you're
what
talking
it-
about the purple things.
Yeah, you see,
Yeah.
like a skull will come up
But that's-
over someone's head, and you got to move out of the way, and then that's when it comes in.
Yeah. But here that's for Sam because Sam's a hunter. You're a rogue. So say you decided to come to raid and we did Vesix. Do you know what your job is? You go. So here's the boss, right? Okay. So I'm gonna use the table here as a map. Here's the boss. So as a rogue, you start back here. You go, and then you press attack. Yeah, I'm done. That's the entire fight for melee. You just go.
Win.
You just go stand behind the boss and attack and use your abilities. In the event that somebody drops a green puddle on the melee, you move to your left out of the way. But I mean,
I can't go to the right?
no, never go to the right.
What if I'm in the wrong spot and I go to the left and it's really like the right of a proper spot?
Basically, just get out of the way. Don't stand in the green goo, but it shouldn't be on you anyways. Basically,
What
like
if there's a fire beside me?
there's no fire.
Okay.
There's literally there are no. Oh wait, you're a rogue. You might have to interrupt occasionally.
You know what I'm going to do?
There's basically no mechanics on this
Are you
fight
gonna
for
come on
melee.
Friday?
You know what
Are you gonna do the raid on Friday?
You know what I'm going to do? If I face Vesix,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to purposely drop my fire.
You can
You
drop
said there
fire.
was no fire with the campfire.
Oh right, okay.
At least I
Damn
get
it,
a
where'd my
spirit
Discord
buff
go?
every tick.
So yeah, that was raid. Do you have anything else to say about raid?
I don't think so.
Al, quickly, what did you do this week?
Not much. I was roaming around. I started to...
Not that I'm trying to rush you, but I have to get to. If I have to walk to work, I have to leave in like half an hour. So
I started to level up Sarah Bagari a little bit.
who
Sarah Bagari.
is that? A word?
It's a name.
Does
Level
it mean
up?
something?
It's a shaman.
Sarah Bagari.
Yeah, shaman.
Okay. Does that mean something?
Yeah.
You gave me a look when you said it, like I'm referencing something that you don't get, and I'm waiting for you to wonder
I'll have
about
to
it.
Google it, but so I've been doing that. I've been wasting time. I'm trying to get the Cenarian up. I'm trying to get Sporagar up.
Hold on. Are you enjoying yourself?
Yes, and
Then
the
it's
game
not a
too.
waste of time.
So I'm trying to level up. Apparently,
It's not a waste of time if you're having
actually
fun.
pay attention to when you guys are talking because
So-
I don't know where that joke fit in.
he said.
No, he said
asked
he's
if
been
I'm-
wasting time. I said, "Are you
Oh.
enjoying yourself?" And he said, "Yeah." So I said, "So it's not a waste of time."
Okay.
It wasn't a joke.
Okay, I got you.
It was a observation on the value of gaming.
I googled the name, and Google says, "Looks like there aren't many great matches for your search." Google is really angry with me today.
Google's not liking you.
Okay,
It's because Google's gotten to know you.
Sam was in the car. She heard me and Google argue today.
They were arguing.
Oh, so the etymology of Serapagiri Part 1, Amazonian linguistics. The Matsagenka shaman is known as Serapagiri.
The what shaman?
Matsagenka?
Is that a thing? Like
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
like an Amazon thing?
I don't know what Matsagenka is. It's the Amazon linguistics.
Here's
I
the
don't know.
problem. You're using Google to ask about Amazon stuff, and they're probably competing companies, and it's just mad at you.
The Serapagiri is a tribal wise man or shaman in the Mashagwenga tribe.
So it's like an actual title of an actual shaman.
I think it's from a story.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it was researched. Of course,
Cool.
I researched my names.
I steal mine from Star Trek.
So I leveled them up a little bit. I'm noticing so I'm at level 11,
Mhm.
and I'm not getting a lot to smack people with. I can do Rock Biter. I can do the Flame Tongue, or whatever it is that goes on the weapon, I think.
Yeah, there's
And-
not a lot to do at low levels.
So I want to go enhance, but I can shoot the guy with my electric balls, apparently.
Enhances melee.
I know.
Yeah, and you can. Well, just
I
at low
just-
level, at low,
I
like,
basically
every
have
class
an
sucks
auto
at low
attack.
levels. Yeah, I know. Every class is that.
Well, no, like warriors get abilities.
Yeah,
through
but
their
not,
I have an
not
auto
much.
attack. I can enhance my weapon and auto attack.
Warrior abilities are rogue dependent, rage dependent, which you don't get a lot of at low levels. So it's
Yeah.
mostly just auto attack and the occasional heroic strike.
Yeah. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them. I'm at level 11. I still haven't assigned any talents.
You should probably get level 12 next. That would be my first step.
Well, or I could assign some talents. I could maybe aim for elemental for a little while and then go enhancement later. Like, okay, you've played a lot of shamans. Is there a good time to start enhancement?
Yeah, right away. It's the easiest spec to level.
I just find that I'm getting a lot of spells and I just want to smack things. Okay.
Well, what do you do? So if you're leveling, when I'm leveling enhancement shaman, the best thing you can do is get an heirloom weapon and throw flame tongue on it. That'll last you forever. The flame tongue, the enchant, not the flame tongue weapon.
The fire?
Fiery enchant, yeah, fiery enchant.
Not agility?
No. For low level, put the proc on it.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought for sure the plus.
No,
15
at low
for each
level,
weapon.
At low levels, 15. Well, first of all, you can't dual wield yet.
Well, 40 you can, but yeah.
Yeah, but not at level 11. Starting at level 1, if you're leveling a melee from level 1, put fiery weapon on a weapon, and it'll speed it up by like double because the proc goes off and it does like 60 damage, and your proc is going to out level your melee damage until like level 30 or something. Like it lasts a long time.
Yeah.
So do that. And then once you outlevel the usefulness of that, then you can put something like Crusader or Agility or Mongoose or something on. I don't think you can put Mongoose on heirlooms, but Crusader or Agility on it, because then the stats start to matter more than the proc. But at low level, the stats do essentially nothing because it just ups your regular damage modifier, which at low levels is really low. Yeah. So just do that. Be melee. Put whatever your weapon enchant is. I think you start out with Rock Biter. As soon as you get Flame Tongue, switch to Flame Tongue because it's just better.
Yeah.
And just level like that. Use your weave in your shocks, pull with lightning.
Yeah, that's another thing. Earthshock. I'm sorry, they're casting. Oh, he's going to heal. Earthshock. Damn it!
Yeah, you want Wind Shear for that now. They
There's no
changed
wind
that.
shear yet, but Earthshock doesn't
when do you
it.
get that?
I don't know, but I just trained
Yeah.
level 10 and I didn't get
I don't
it.
get my shaman.
You don't get
Yeah.
your shaman?
Yeah.
You have
No,
a shaman?
I don't get it. Yeah.
See, the thing
Like
is,
how?
right.
my retail main is a shaman.
Yeah.
But I haven't played a low-level shaman in decades.
It's just,
Well, a decade plus.
even at max level, enhancement shaman, you're doing a lot of spells. And you want spell damage.
Oh, yeah, it's like Storm Strike and all these other things.
Well,
and then
even like
The
I'll use
Ascension.
so I have my level 80. 80 is max level, right?
Yes.
I keep getting confused and thinking it's 70. I've got my level 80 enhancement shaman. So I am a melee class, and I use that loosely because more than half of my damage comes from lightning, earth shock, flame shock, fire nova. Like you're a spell damage melee.
Yeah, that's you're hitting it with Maelstrom weapons. Like, you get the 5 clicks, you get the instant, right?
Yeah. So you keep
Yeah.
that maelstrom up, and you don't even always have to let it get to max. Even if you got 2 or 3 stacks of it, you still fire off a lightning bolt because you're doing more. Because, like, for example, my weapons, my main hand weapon is a spell power weapon, and I have a spell power enchant on it.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm not using what's it, Wind Fury? I'm not using Wind Fury. I'm using Flame Tongue ranks 9 and 10. So
Yeah,
they can go off at the same time.
Yeah, I
And
remember when you had me make you the Titan Steel
Shanker? No, it's Spellblade.
Spellblade.
Yeah, because you even as an enhancement shaman, you think you're a melee, but you're a meleeing caster. You're relying on that spell damage a lot.
So here's the thing. I know that my original level 80 shaman, I was doing Choma on my own.
Yeah.
It was easy peasy. I can't do that with my rogue, of course. But anyway,
I think
irregardless.
the theory crafting on shamans has changed a lot, and they've changed from like classic as well, like classic, vanilla classic.
Yeah.
They're more of a spell casting class now.
So that's a small part of what I did this week. I tried to do a little bit of the Cenarian reputation, a little bit of Sporagar. I was getting bored. I spent most of my time just running through some of the same old dailies, waiting for my friends to come back. But you were off in a different universe, playing a different game, and
We got on and played several days.
We did tournament stuff together.
yeah, we did a few tournament things together. That was cool. But
We did mount runs together.
Oh, we've been doing that.
We did a couple ZG runs. I forgot
How
about
many
that.
mounts dropped?
0. And we did a few Magister's Terrace runs.
How many mounts dropped?
Yeah, that would be also 0. Which leads me to a question that someone asked in our Discord. I'm going to go with Mahler.
Mahler.
Yes. I cannot pronounce things and should not be asked to do so. I think it could
nobody
be,
asked
this
you
is his question, I think it could be interesting to hear how you go about making gold in-game. Conversely, if you don't make much gold, some griping about how you manage the cost of raiding would also be interesting in a different way. So, talking about Magister's Terrace and ZG and stuff like that, I know how I make gold, which I haven't done as much of lately because
Why?
I already have a bunch of gold and I don't need it for anything.
Because he's on EQ.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
And I'm playing WoW too. You guys can play an awful lot for people that play as little as I do. What I like to do for gold is, because I'm an enchanter, I will run Magister's Terrace and other Burning Crusade dungeons, disenchant the stuff, make what is it called? What's that enchant called that I make? Is it Mongoose?
Yes.
Yes, Mongoose. Make Mongoose enchants and sell those. They sell pretty good. Just the gold from just running Burning Crusade dungeons and vendoring stuff is pretty good as well. And just the coin drops. And I also like to do Molten Core to get the enchant drops off the bosses there, because they tend to sell pretty good. But I haven't done that in a few weeks.
Yeah. Myself, I haven't rolled a soloing class for that type of thing. So I don't really make a lot of gold. I do a lot of questing. I mean, it adds up after a while. There's no real costs to raiding. We get food just through sheer exploration. I mean, I'm making up fish feasts. I have 40 fish feasts in my bank right now. So that's like the big raid food that we keep dropping. And I get that from fish dailies. And yeah, so it's easy to make money. I don't make big money. I don't really have anything to gripe about. Now, I have been using TSM, which is an add-on that Bob from Warcraft Reloaded led me to. I have noticed that I've been swindled a couple times through that. But otherwise,
How do you get swindled through that? I want to hear that.
Okay, so TSM, when I'm loading things, the fast way to post your auctions.
I don't know it because I don't use it, but I know it exists.
So it says undercutting lowest bid, whatever. There's one person that I noticed that as I posted, for example, some of my enchanting mats, because I get some low-level mats because Mumra's an enchanter. He can't do any of the other stuff yet, but he can get some of the low-level stuff. As I post it, I know somebody's buying it up right away. So I checked, and he's like standing right beside me in the Orgrimmar auction house.
Did you up it?
Well, no, because it just auto posts. So I did a little research on the dude. I started checking it, what he did. So the percentages are there. He has listed one item at like a 30%, and there's a big jump to the next item, so that when I list and undercut him, I'm undercutting him at the 30%, and he starts buying up my 30%. He's going to post it at the higher price.
Yeah, see, that's what, when you were describing the add-on to me earlier, like last week, that's the first thing that popped into my head that I would want to use it for.
Well, thank you so much for the heads up on that.
I don't have the add-on, and I'm too lazy to do it, but I'm like, why don't people just do that?
The thing is, Josh does that in EQ.
Well, yeah, I do.
But that being
I do
said,
it differently though.
Oh.
I buy up large quantities of specific items and then relist them at a higher price and make sure no one else is selling lower so that I'm making a profit on the ones I bought.
Yeah.
But that only works if it's an item that a lot of people need.
So that being said, it's not real money. I don't care. I'm selling stuff. I'm selling more on my auction house guide than I did before, even if I am getting swindled a little bit. So be it. I've got mounts. I've got weapon enchants. Like I've purchased, because my enchanting friend doesn't seem to show up, I've purchased a number of...
I can get on and enchant whenever you want.
What's the enchant I like? Berserker. I've been getting berserking enchants. I've purchased a number of those, so I am making some decent money, and it's just a natural flow. Mm-hmm. Get an add-on to help you list things. Make sure you're listing everything you can. My auction house guy, his bags are absolutely empty, and if I see things that... I've set it up so that if it's below a minimum price, it won't post at all. And if I see things that are constantly in my bag, then I'll give up on them and I'll just go and I'll vendor them and get them out of my bag. So my bags are always empty by the time I'm done posting. And then I head back. And then I also do this add-on. You can also do a vendor search, which anything that is listed below the price you'll get from a vendor, I just buy it up and sell it to a vendor. Even if it's a freaking 1 copper profit, I just buy it all.
Well, yeah, the buying and reselling thing, that's something I used to do. I don't know if it still works out, but I know with enchanting mats again, because most of my money making revolves around enchanting mats. If you search the auction house, I don't know if you can set like a threshold on what it searches for greens, but if you buy like say green weapons, for example, if you disenchant a weapon, you almost always get the essence version of the enchanting mats, either 1 or 2 of them. If you can find weapons that are on the auction house for less than the cost of one, like less than you can sell one of those essence for, I used to just buy up everything I could find under a certain price, disenchant them, and then sell the essences at a profit, because like half the time you get 2. So if you, like say the essences sell for 8 gold and you buy a weapon for 5, you know you're going to get at least 8 gold out of it, maybe 10 or maybe 16, right? So like I did that a lot.
I would have to settle for low-level Burning Crusade stuff to, upper end classic until I get Mumra up a little bit higher.
Yeah, and also disenchanting greens that you get from just questing and dungeons and stuff, disenchanting that and selling it, you can make so much more money than just vendoring it all. But you have to be an enchanter for any of the bind on pickup stuff anyways. How do you make gold, Sam?
I don't.
Yes, you do. You have tons. You have like over 10,000 gold.
Yeah, that's just by questing. I don't do anything.
Well, there's your answer. You quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, dailies and quests, and looting literally everything with your fast loot.
Yeah, fucking fast loot. Let me tell you.
So that was the gold thing. I feel like we've talked about pretty much everything. I feel like I'm forgetting something. There was one more question on here. One of the, who was it? Voss wants us to talk a little bit about when we used to live together. Mm-hmm. So we lived together for, what was it, like a year?
6 months.
6 months?
Short
back
period of
years
time.
ago. So we had what we ended up doing was we set up like a computer room, and this was when I first exposed Alan / Akona to World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I made
So-
an undead mage. I called him Bones.
Was that you? You did that? I thought Bones was Jim's character
Bones is Jim's character, but this is my original mage on your account.
on my account. Okay, yeah, because I let him test it on my
Yeah.
account.
And
But-
you went and you made some gloves for me, which were apparently pretty good, and you put some kind of enchant on them, which
I have no memory of any of that.
yeah, it's just
But
vague
I'll take your
memories I
word
have.
for it. But we would sit down and we'd go down to the convenience store and we'd buy those 5-hour energy shots.
Which I didn't drink. It was all on you.
Did you not have any of those?
Nope.
Were you just coffee?
Something like that. Yeah, I didn't have the 5-hour energy drinks, but yeah,
But we'd sit down. We'd sit down and have like marathon
I'm
sessions in
surprised
my
your
little
heart didn't
basement.
explode.
Well, it probably came close. I didn't know I had a bad heart yet then. So we'd sit down like back to back in my little cramped computer room, and we'd do like just these marathon sessions in Burning Crusade back in the original Burning Crusade days, and it was a fun time.
Yeah, that's where I started Notagog. My first character, actually, again, I think was on your account, was a Tauren shaman I called Whimsy.
I do remember. Oh, that's okay because
That
I've gone
name
through
sounds
my
familiar.
old. I've gone through my old. Well, it's a word.
I use it.
No, like that sounds familiar.
I've used it. I had a Tauren druid when we started Classic, and I've deleted him when we moved over to Alliance. But he was a Tauren druid called Whimsy.
But I've gone through, like, I've gone to the old servers. Like, you know, you can go to retail, you can see what characters you have on what server. I've gone through and looked through those before, and I found a character named Whimsy, and I was like, I don't remember making this character or playing this at any point. Like, I have no memory of this.
Nope, that was
must
me.
have been yours that you played on my account.
That
That makes
wasn't- that was
sense.
me.
That makes sense now.
And I called it Whimsy because there was a movie out at the time, and I was working at Zeller's, and it was playing all the time on the TVs there, and it was the dude that plays Dwight Schultz. No, Dwight Schultz is a guy. The dude that plays Dwight.
Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson?
Yeah, Rainn Wilson is in this. It was called Whimsy, so I
Schrute.
just
Oh, neat.
called it Whimsy. Schultz, Schrute.
Dwight Schultz. Isn't that the guy that played Barkley?
Dwight Schrute.
Yes.
Okay.
So what year was
Voss.
this?
Oh, and that was Voss's question, by the way. Voss also says.
I don't remember what year it was.
Voss also
I was
says
just curious
on
to
the
know.
on the
How
WoW
old I was.
subject. Oh, probably not very. I like the progression part with the guild that Josh does. It's fun to hear how other people handle certain bosses. Some people like to hear me talk about raid stuff. Some people like it. A person likes it, anyways.
Yeah, it's cool. I like hearing about it.
You got to start joining us. It'd be more fun if we
Are you
had
going to join this
another
week?
rogue.
I've had reasons.
I didn't say you didn't have reasons. I
I'm
can
asking
still
you if you were going to join this week.
valid
Like
reasons
you
or not.
work
It's
on-
okay for
We'll
us
see.
to want you to join us.
We'll see.
What time do you work Saturday? Early?
9
yeah,
or
you
9:30.
can do it.
Yeah, it's how I feel on Friday. We'll see what
I
time
think
I
I already
finish.
signed up.
But one thing I'd like to mention before we close, because I think you might have to leave soon.
Soonish.
But
Unless you want to give me a ride down the hill on your way home.
yeah, not a problem. Professions, jewel crafting.
What about it?
I've overheard another guild talking. Okay,
Were
I'll
you
say
in
his name,
there?
'cause I
Were
say
you
his
in their
name all
voice
the-
Discord?
I'll say his name because
Bob.
yeah, Bob was talking to another
Does somebody
guildmate.
have a little crush on Bob?
Well, I watch him stream, and we actually converse, so it's kind of fun.
Al has latched on to Bob.
Yeah,
Sorry, Bob.
sorry, Bob.
You're stuck with him now.
So anyway, I was listening to him talk to another, I'm assuming one of his guildies, and they were talking about the King's Amber.
What is the
And
King's Amber?
It's the epic gems.
Oh, okay. Like the ones you get out of the fishing quest and stuff?
Nope.
Oh, the cuttable ones?
Yeah, the ones that'll be coming out. So when they
Okay.
come out, there's almost no need. Like the Dragon's Eye apparently will not be that much better than the King's Amber. I'm wondering.
Yeah, I have heard people say that before, that jewel crafting is like a top tier DPS profession until the epic gems come out. And then it is, I think mining overtakes it. Because of some buff you get from mining, you can put extra gem slots on something or something.
Well, that would be blacksmithing where you.
What did
can-
I say?
Mining.
I meant blacksmithing.
Yeah, you can put
Yeah,
gem
yeah,
slots on
blacksmithing.
your.
Yeah, so I think because of the
Hands.
extra slots, blacksmithing passes jewel crafting in its usefulness
Yeah.
when those epic gems come out. And engineering is always the top one. But I hate engineering.
So are you considering possibly dropping JC? Maybe you're going to pick up something else?
I mean, yeah, I like jewel crafting, but I mean, if it becomes less useful, then probably.
Yeah, all I'm doing right now is just picking up patterns. I've got things when somebody wants something, I can go and buy it if I don't have it.
See, I'm at the point where I can make everything I need. So I don't do I mean, I guess I should still do the dailies so I can just buy Dragon's Eyes. But
well, you know what you do. The next time you get a
I
daily,
know what I do. What should I do?
The next time you get a daily, make up a couple things.
Oh,
like
yeah,
I make up 4 or 5 of them. And I ran out of a few. Once again, that was a suggestion I heard from
Who?
Bob.
Bob. Do you get information from anywhere other than Bob?
Yeah, I get it from here. I get it from research.
Yeah.
I'm not obsessed. It's just you happen to have a lot of information, Bob.
He's obsessed.
Don't be
Mildly
creeped out.
obsessed.
He's obsessed.
No.
He talks about you too, not on the podcast. Like all the time.
He keeps talking about.
Okay, do you guys watch him on Twitch?
No.
I
Okay.
have.
So I do, and I chat with them. So you wonder why I have interaction with them? It's because I interact with them.
And
I
you
don't
keep,
interact with people.
Al's constantly going on about like the secret trip he's going to take down to Kansas City
Oh, yeah.
Why, what's in Kansas City?
looking up someone's address. Like you're borderline stalkery right now.
The fact that you know
Didn't
where he
you?
lives.
Yeah, you know where he
Al
lives. I
doesn't.
don't.
He's constantly wearing Kansas City Chiefs stuff.
Doesn't mean anything.
You wear Toronto Maple Leaf shirts.
Yeah, and I live near Toronto.
I mean, how pitiful, first of all, is that? But
Living near Toronto? Why is that pitiful?
how are they doing this year? Are they? Have the finals started yet?
No, they're actually doing very well this year.
You think
They're
they'll make
one of
it-
the top teams in the
Do you
league.
think they'll make it past the first
I
round?
think they're going to make it past all of the rounds. They're going to get to the 7th round this year.
Are they going to win?
They're going to win. Not only are they going to win the Stanley Cup, they're going to win the Grey Cup as well. And I think they're going to compete for the Super Bowl.
Okay, so what
They
happened?
might as well go on a PGA tour as well. Oh wait, they do that every year.
So what happened right after the Raptors won?
A parade.
And what happened right after that?
After the parade,
Yeah.
COVID.
people
A
went home.
worldwide pandemic happened. So
Oh, that was several months
So
after. You
when-
can't blame
when
them.
hell freezes over.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the Raptors, when the Raptors won their parade, I think like 2 million people showed up.
there was a lot of stupid people
There
there.
was
I was watching
only
videos.
there was only 2 shootings
Okay, that's not even the shooting.
in the
like,
entire
shootings wasn't
parade,
even what I
which
was.
is pretty good for 2 million people gathered in downtown Toronto. What is that?
What is that noise?
It's a saw.
Oh,
Oh.
the neighbors doing sawing things. Okay,
I went
So-
over and I saw.
what stupid? Are you talking about Plant Guy?
Plant guy?
Plant Guy from the Raptors parade.
No, the guy who was like climbing up the sign and like slid down and probably cut himself in half.
Oh, that happens at
Oh.
literally every championship parade.
Ugh.
Do you remember that? Did
No,
you see that?
I didn't see that. I'm
I'll
just
send
imagining-
you that video.
But the thing is, I'm picturing it, but I'm picturing the guy naked, and I don't know why.
No, he wasn't naked,
No,
but
no, they're
he
usually
had
clo-
to have been on something.
I just picture him sliding down a sign and slicing in half.
No, see the people doing crazy stuff at the Toronto parade. That was nothing. You should look up any time Philadelphia has won anything. Look up their parades. They're just weird.
Where?
There, Philadelphia. But yeah, at the Toronto there was Plant Guy. He stole a plant and tried to offer it to Kawhi Leonard to bribe him into staying in Toronto. He didn't.
I don't remember that.
He went to the Clippers, and the Clippers sucked before, and they suck now. Stupid Clippers. So what? Why are we talking about basketball?
I brought up the parade.
Oh,
I brought up Toronto Maple Leafs.
you people. All of this because Al's stalking Bob.
I am not stalking Bob. Stop it. Stop it.
No, Al's harmless. If he shows up at your door, he's probably just going to want to shake your
Just
hand.
give him coffee.
Yeah. Just lead him like breadcrumbs, little coffee cups away from your house. No, all of that is lies, by the way. Al's probably not going to stalk or do anything illegal.
Yeah, okay. Well, first of all, I can't get across the border.
Neither can we.
You have a passport?
I was making a bad joke.
Oh,
Well, my passport actually expires in August, so I should get on.
Yeah, what are you talking about? You go to Cuba like every 6 months.
I haven't been
Mexico,
anywhere.
you go places.
I haven't been anywhere in a year or so now, maybe more.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Oh, weird. We actually can't we can't cross the border. We're not allowed to leave the
we
country.
could.
Well, we'd have to go apply for a passport and go through
We
the
could do
whole
it illegally.
process. Well,
Don't do that.
technically,
No, we won't.
Apparently, that's easy in British Columbia.
Oh.
You can go strolling and then
Accidentally cross the border.
moments
Yeah,
later,
I
you get
read
arrested.
something about that, and they were arrested and like held because she didn't have like her ID because she was on a run or something.
Yeah, no,
Ice got
because I
her.
was over and I talked about it. And you guys didn't
Was that
believe
you?
me. Yeah, so we Googled it right then and there.
Okay, because I remember seeing something about that.
I really should check my laundry.
Yeah,
Put it
and
up.
we need to go. So let's cut this off now. I think if you asked us something in Discord and we missed it, people listening, check out our Discord. The link to the Discord is in the podcast description, probably. It was there. It should still be. I can check. You can also find a link to our Discord on our YouTube or
And
Twitter.
Facebook.
I was going to mention that.
Just search them.
If you go to YouTube, search up Mere Casuals, and you hit the tab that Sam says she doesn't think anybody hits.
That was Josh. That
So-
was Josh.
The About tab? No, I didn't say I don't think anyone. I said I have literally never touched the About tab
Yeah.
on a YouTube channel.
So if you search up Mere Casuals and
That's
go
just
to our
me.
page, there's an About tab, and there's a Discord down there has a perma invite.
It's pronounced About.
There's an About tab down there, eh?
Also, please don't watch any of the reels. The more views it gets, the more it goes to Al's head, and we don't need that.
Yes, we do.
Actually, there's 4 reels that still have no views. Find those ones and view them.
It's reverse psychology, Sam. If you tell people not to do something, they'll do the
We'll
thing.
do it.
Sam, don't... never mind.
Don't get mad and yell at me later. Oh, shoot, no. Get mad and yell at me later. I forgot I was doing the reverse thing. All
You're
right,
not
we
even
should
gonna be
probably...
home.
We should cut it.
outrageous.
Goodbye.
You did it wrong.
I know. Every time.
No, just this time.
This is